Well, Faith, leading up to yesterday's intense Senate hearing with testimonies from Judge Brett Kavanaugh and Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, both Senator Johnny Isakson and Senator David Perdue met with the Supreme Court nominee one-on-one. As the full Senate now prepares to vote, here's what we know about Georgia's senators and Kavanaugh. In early July, President Donald Trump selected U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Brett Kavanaugh as his pick to replace retiring Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy. Both Georgia Senators Johnny Isakson and David Perdue held meetings with Kavanaugh later in July. Kavanaugh was one of 4 names on Trump's shortlist for the nomination, and at the time, Isakson voiced no problems with any of President Trump's picks.
We've got 4 people being chosen from, all of who appear to be very good people, very good choices. So we don't need to quibble over the final choice. We need to get the votes together to get the votes we need to get that confirmation done.
After his one-on-one meeting with Kavanaugh, Isakson in a statement wrote, "Judge Kavanaugh has a strong record of applying the law as it is written without regard to his personal views, which is exactly what a judge should do. I look forward to his testimony before the Senate Committee on the Judiciary." Following his own July meeting with Kavanaugh, in mid-August, Senator Perdue gave the nominee his full support while speaking on the floor of the Senate.
I give this man my fullest, unreserved recommendation, and I encourage our colleagues in this body to also vote positively in his confirmation.
And this past Sunday on Meet the Press, Perdue also addressed Democratic calls for an FBI investigation into the allegations made by Dr. Christine Blasey Ford.
The way I look at it is the FBI has already done that. Their role in this case is not to determine who's telling the truth, is to make sure that the Senate has the information.
Looking back at past Supreme Court nominations, Perdue and Isakson have only voted along party lines. Perdue, who joined the Senate in 2015, voted yes for Trump's only other Supreme Court nomination, Justice Neil Gorsuch. And Isakson has been in the Senate for the confirmation of 5 Supreme Court justices. He missed the vote on Gorsuch due to surgery, but voted against President Obama's picks of Justices Elena Kagan and Sonia Sotomayor. He voted yes for President George W. Bush's selections of Justices Samuel Alito and John Roberts. And so far, we've received no indications at all that Senators Isakson or Perdue would vote against confirming Kavanaugh. I reached out to both senators today to see if they wanted to comment on yesterday's testimony. We have not heard back from Senator Johnny Isakson, but just minutes ago, we received this from Perdue's press office. He is saying, quote, "It is clear that Senate Democrats, their demands for an FBI investigation are nothing more than an orchestrated effort to cause a delay and push this decision past the election in November." That from Senator David Perdue. Coming up at 6, I'll show you why this Supreme Court nomination is so important to the future of the Supreme Court. Faith.
All right, Joe.